Hello friends, today we will be discussing very interesting topic of entrepreneurship. This unit introduces you to entrepreneurship, definition of creativity. What are the characteristics of creative persons? How creative thinking and motivation will help to the entrepreneur? What are the different social as well as environmental factors which affect to the creativity and motivation? I hope you will enjoy this unit. Let's discuss managing creativity, issues to be addressed in working the definition of creativity. Definition of creativity, a common definition from Webster's, creativity is marked by the ability or power to create, to bring into existence, to invest with a new form, to produce through imaginative skill, to make or bring into existence something new. Carl Rogers defines creativity as the emergence of a novel, relational product growing out of the uniqueness of the individual. Henry Miller defines creativity as the occurrence of a composition which is both new and valuable. Now student, we will discuss attributes of creative person. Creative persons have some characteristics that differentiate them from other normal human beings. Following are the characteristics of creative person. First, unconventional. Second, independent. Third, sensitive. Fourth, not motivated by money. Fifth, visionary. Sixth, intelligent. Seventh, possessing high physical energy and drive. Eighth, humble and proud. And nine, intuitive. According to well-known author E.V., attributes of creative persons are: first, they can easily think of ways of solving a difficult situation. Creative minds also tend to see difficulties as interesting challenges that stimulate their artistic thoughts. Second one, when inspiration strikes them, they forget about everything else but their work. They tend to get lost in time and forget to eat or sleep. Because not many things matter more than their creativity put into action. Third, creative minded people are usually rebels. They don't like following rules because they have their own. Rules restrict their artistic nature and they feel pressured when there are boundaries they have to consider. Fourth, they hate being stuck in a routine. This is not surprising at all because after all, a creative mind has to stay stimulated so that it can express itself. This is why they are always seeking for new experiences and adventures. Fifth, daydreaming takes a big portion of their day. They easily detach from their current surroundings and fly away to a whole different world. Creative people express themselves through their works, but they are also constantly seeking for new methods of self-expression because there is never only one particular way to do this. Seventh, they notice small details. They are good at observing other people and their surroundings. They have a keen eye, and all this is typical for them because they draw inspiration from all that is around them. 8. Life is not easy. Everybody has times of success and times of failure. Creative people can fail 100 times, but they won't quit until they get things right. Professional creative people usually have hard time succeeding, but the most important thing is their persistence because they know in their heart what they want from life. 9th, they can change their opinion of their own works overnight. The first day they love what they have done, and by the next day they can totally hate it. This may seem strange, but it can't really be explained. It is a matter of feelings rather than logic. 10th, they are good at viewing situations from different angles. They can observe a set of circumstances objectively. 11th, most creative people are bad with numbers. They get lost and even bored when it comes to math. 12th, even when their creativity is doubted to be something they can make a living from, their artistic nature keeps them motivated. They follow their heart and don't listen to the negative words they are told. 13th, they can't stay in one place for too long if they are feeling bored or if they are not mentally stimulated. Staying focused on something they don't find interesting is extremely difficult for them. 14. They are not afraid to show their works to the world. They are proud of what they have created, but also they are humble. They are always ready to learn something new and to experience something different. 15. Creative people may seem a little upside down from time to time. They can work when others sleep and sleep when others work. This is due to their unexpected moments of inspiration. 16. Sometimes they may seem childish to regular people. The truth is, they can't let the child in them die. This is a quality we all should aim for, because taking life too seriously can only make us bitter. 17. Inspiration strikes them in the most surprising moment. Their spontaneous ideas are a part of their nature, so doesn't be surprised if they get distracted in the middle of a conversation. 18th. Most of the creative people I know are true procrastinators. They fail to follow the deadlines and tend to do all the work one night before the term. 19. Most creative people I know really love. They spread love everywhere they go and cherish each moment. They love beauty, and that is why they choose to express it through their works. Now we will discuss third point, creative thinking and motivation. What is called convergent thinking? Consider all available information and arrive at the unique best possible answer. What is divergent thinking? Involving multiple possible solutions to the problem under consideration. Motivation is a personal drive to accomplish. It is the process of prompting and sustaining goal-directed behavior. According to Ahmedabad, orientation of motivation is both a trait and a state. As a trait, motivation covers one's inherent like or dislike of certain activities due to personality and previous experiences. Moreover, people tend to be more creative on things they enjoy. As a state, motivation can be intrinsic or extrinsic. Traits tend to be relatively enduring, while states are influenced more by social environment. Intrinsic motivation is the motivation to work on something primarily for its own sake, because it is satisfying, challenging, or otherwise captivating and enjoyable, whereas extrinsic motivation is an external reward. The motivation to work on something primarily because it is a means to an end. Motivation is tremendously very important to creativity because it is drive to preserve at problem solving for an individual. Creative potential is not fulfilled if the individual and his or her social support is not there, is motivated to do so. And creative solutions are not found if the individual is not motivated to apply his or her skills. Now, social factors affecting motivation and creativity. First, evaluation. Second, surveillance. Third, reward. Fourth, competition. Fifth, restriction of choice. Sixth, time pressures. Now, we will discuss environmental factors affecting creativity and innovation. Creativity, invention and innovation are driven by a series of little ahas. When the little ahas are stitched together, they lead to innovative products, service and business processes. Creative ideas are built on tapestry of other ideas, and the little ahas are the basis for both incremental and radical innovation. Although innovation and creativity can emerge in a variety of settings and situations, some environments are more conducive to the creative process. In one large study, it was found that having a vision, being task-oriented and engaging in external communication had a strong relationship to creativity and innovation. The following section presents the environmental factors that encourage the creative process. The environmental factors can facilitate the creativity and innovation in individuals, departments and organizations. Now, need a shared mission that is focused on a single goal. Creative and intellectual energy is not unlimited. If an individual or a group is working on too many projects, then it is difficult to focus on one particular problem. If the group has a shared mission, this will also lead to group cohesion and further contribution to solving a problem. Now create an atmosphere that facilitates one-on-one collaboration. Group meeting can sometimes provide focus and insight and assist in bringing focus to the team. It, however, is the one-on-one collaboration that is most effective in fostering the little ahas in individual creativity. It is like reciprocal tutoring through discussion and dialogue. Both individuals, the tutor and student, are better able to understand and grasp their particular problem. This is true even when one individual has more knowledge than the other. The teacher often learns more than the student during discussions. Now, promote risk-taking and permit failure. There are many paths in life that can lead one astray. Sometimes we can avoid them by gathering additional information. But many times we cannot know that a path is a dead end or is too roundabout until we travel the path. Risk-taking should be encouraged even when the risks are daunting. The road less traveled may be the right path. The idea of learning by making mistake is the essential part of the learn by doing approach. Consider Steve Jobs. He is the prototypical example of failure leading to the success. The path to success was fraught with disappointments, including the Apple Lisa, the Power Mac G4 Cube, Next computers, and perhaps Apple TV. Counter these failures with the iPad, one of the most successful technology ever released. Now, experimentation not only invariably involves some level of failure, but also leads to understanding and insight into what works. In this chapter, investing in a variety of projects diversifies risk and provides opportunities for the future. Making the right investment decision on the right projects and the right products is a combination of having the right information, intuition, and luck by learning by doing. Steve Jobs from Apple and Jeff Bezos from Amazon intuitively or explicitly invested in real option by exploring the applicability of emerging technologies to create unique products and services. Now, allocate quiet time and solitude in order to help individuals think inside the box. There are some creative people who have a special place to go when they want to solve a problem. Quiet time and solitude are essential for the creative process and generating the little ahas. Quiet time can be in office, in a special room, inside the refrigerator box, during an evening run, on the treadmill, in bed, or in the shower. Isolation and quiet time facilitate the creative process. The first thing solitude does is to help us focus on the problem. Even if you are not focused on the problem during quiet time, the mind works in the background, reorganizing knowledge and ideas to help solve a problem. I call these hours the golden hours. The mind has spent the previous 8 hours organizing knowledge and is primed for problem solving and insight. There is some evidence that artists have their golden hours after 10 p.m. These so-called night owl learners seek the cover of night and solitude to produce their creative endeavors. Now, make things by developing prototypes and experimenting. A prototype is a real, workable and quasi-usable system built economically and quickly with the intention of being modified. As noted earlier, a key strategy for sparking creative activity is the learn by doing process. Learning by doing means that you make and build things, try experiments and construct prototypes. Prototypes can be built for products and services including software. A prototype is essential for learning about what you are trying to invent and also for illustrating proof of concept. The prototype is a part of continuous ongoing process of experimentation and review. If you need to write something or develop something that is artistically creative, then the same advice applies. The initial writing, photograph, painting or sculpture is the prototype. The mantra of those involved in creative pursuits should be prototype or perish or build or bust. Now, anyone can be creative. Half of the battle of being creative is convincing yourself and others that anyone can be creative. I sometimes hear friends and students say that they are not creative. Anyone can be creative, it just involves applying all the following strategies. 1. Have a mission and focusing on a single goal. 2nd. Need one-on-one collaboration. 3rd. Take risks and permit failure. 4th. Need quiet time and solitude. 5th. Need to prototype and experiment. 6th. Work hard in an ideal world. Management would be responsible for creating an environment that is conducive to creativity. In reality, it is the individual's responsibility to create such an environment by balancing time at work, at play and at home that will match the desired level of creative activity. Everyone needs a bit of aha in his or her life. Amble outlines 6 factors to consider. First, challenge. 2nd, freedom. 3rd, resources. 4th, work group features. 5th, supervisory encouragement. 6th, organizational support. Let's discuss first challenge. This is management's ability to match the right job to the right person. The ideal job stretches a person but not to breaking point. To do this successfully, managers need to understand their employees quite well. Second point, freedom. There are many ways to develop a roadmap of where we are going. Whether employees are included in the process is not crucial to creativity. What is crucial is giving employees a lot of latitude in determining how they are going to get there. Third point, resources. The big ones are time and money. Setting unrealistic deadlines can derail creativity. Money can also affect creativity. As Amble points out, keeping resources too tight pushes people to channel their creativity into finding additional resources, not in actually developing new products or services. On the other hand, beyond certain threshold of sufficiency, more money doesn't help. Now, fourth point, work group features. Designing a diverse team is critical. If everyone on the team thinks alike, you won't get creativity. If people from different disciplines collaborate, they may just mash up ideas in very innovative ways. You need diversity, but you also need someone who can help diverse people collaborate, not always an easy task. As Amble points out, homogeneous teams often have high morale but low creativity. Managing morale on a diverse team may be more difficult, but the dividend is creativity. Fifth point, supervisory encouragement. We all need encouragement from time to time. Even if we are intrinsically motivated by our work, a crucial factor is what happens to a new ideas when it is first proposed. Is it a positive experience, or is the proposer racked over the coals? Do staff members show how smart they are by being critical? Does the idea become a political football? Now, sixth point, organizational support. Individual supervisors can encouraging, but the entire organization needs to support creativity. This is all about leadership, culture and values. For instance, information sharing is a critical to creativity. If your company culture creates a competitive internal environment where information is hoarded rather than shared, you won't get creativity. If your culture emphasizes go along to get along, you won't get the diverse ideas that stimulated discussion and creativity and discord on occasion. Now students, we will discuss managing creativity, organizational actions that enhance and hinder creativity. An organization's ability to innovate by developing and utilizing people's creativity and generating new ideas is considered key to competitive advantage, particularly in the context of rapid change in business and society. It is vital for organization to foster and manage creativity and innovation on an ongoing basis to help them achieve and sustain success. Creativity has not always been well known in management theory and practice, and it is used to be the case that a lack of control was seen as a threat to organizational well-being. Nowadays, however, there is more of a balance between the exercise and encouragement of personal creativity and organizational governance. For example, Manager A is a highly creative individual who is always coming up with new ideas for the team to implement it for an organization to get success, but Manager B on the other hand has few creative ideas of his own but is willing to listen, encourage and help others come up with ideas that can then be put to the test. This is primarily concerned with supporting and developing Manager B and who is providing guidance to the people. How to manage creativity in an organizational context. Now students, let's summarize the session. Entrepreneurs should have leadership, culture and values. Many environmental factors are affecting creativity and innovation. Every entrepreneur should be creative and motivated because creative solutions are not found if the individual is not motivated to apply his or her skills. This session explains what kinds of management practices foster creativity and which practices inhibit creativity in organization. Creativity needs to be understood in light of its three individual level components. First, creative thinking skills, second, expertise and third, motivation. Managerial practices that affect creativity fall into 6 general categories: challenge, freedom, resources, work group features, supervisory encouragement and organizational support. I hope you understand the session. Thank you.